And what are the things we're becoming tested with is this discomfort. Many of us, we enjoy living in this society because there's a lot of comforts. And nobody likes to be uncomfortable, but part of being tested is to get used to the fact that we will be in a state of discomfort. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Ramadan is not that far back. This is exactly what we do in the month of Ramadan. When we're fasting, what are we doing? We're not eating, we're not drinking, even though we're hungry and we're thirsty. We learn to realize that, you know what, this is something that we do because it's the month of Ramadan, we're supposed to be fasting. We have to accept the discomfort of not being able to eat or drink at that point in time. And we learn to live with it. And what does it do? It makes us stronger. There's a purpose behind it. And that's what we need to realize, is that whenever Allah tests us, you have to remember that Allah is Al-Hakim. He is the most wise. He doesn't test us for no reason. It's not like He has nothing better to do. He says, oh, just give these people a test. There is a wisdom in that test. And if we're wise enough to reflect upon it, if we're wise enough to actually try to understand why these things are happening, then we'll get something more out of this. If we look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribed fighting for people who did not want to fight. This was a historical context where they had migrated to the city of Medina, and they were told, now you're going to have to fight, sometimes with your relatives, sometimes with your near family members. And what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say regarding this? He said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْقِتَالُ وَهُوَ كُرْهٌ لَكُمْ. Fighting has been prescribed for you even though you dislike it. You don't want it. Nobody wants to go through a difficult, nobody wants to fight with their own family in particular, let alone put their life on the line, let alone, sacrifice their, luxuries and their comfort and all of that. But what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say right after that? He says, وَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. It might be that you dislike something, but it's better for you. It's actually good for you, but you don't like it. And then he said, وَعَسَىٰ أَن تُحِبُّ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ. It might be that you like something, but it's actually bad for you. It's not actually good for you. But you wish you had that. You want that specific thing, but it's not good for you. And you want the other thing you think is good for you, but it's bad for you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concludes, He says, وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. And Allah knows, and you don't know. So what you do is, when you're put in a circumstance, you say, okay, this is from Allah, and you know what? There may be some good in it that I'm not seeing in the greater perspective of things. So when we realize that there may be something good in everything that afflicts us, every circumstance that Allah puts us in, we realize that we need to be patient when we're going through a tribulation.